Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sessions Cafe, brought to you by Intrigue Magazine. I'm your host, Keri Singleton, and today we welcome Anthony Finkle all the way from South Jersey to the show. Welcome to the show, Anthony. How are you?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Good. Yeah. Thank you for your patience.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you had good pizza, right?
Yeah, no, the pizza was good.
The pizza was good.
Yeah, it
was
really good.
Now, you're from Jersey. I know you guys know good pizza.
Yeah.
That was good pizza.
Yeah, that
Pop-up
was.
pizza.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's up on the top list.
Oh,
yeah.
Damn. Better than Chicago pizza?
What even is Chicago pizza?
Oh, Chicago's pizza's good.
I like the New York style, like thin crust.
Have you ever been to Chicago and had
No.
pizza? I would say, yeah. See, that's yeah.
But I'm also not big on sauce either. I
Okay,
don't like the
well,
red sauce.
yeah,
And don't they have a lot of red sauce on there?
Well, they have. It's just a thicker pizza.
Yeah.
It's really good. I love New York City, but I love Chicago pizza. But you're from Carneys Point, New Jersey.
Yes.
What's the pizza like down there?
It's pretty much just basic pizza.
Like South Philly pizza, probably?
Yeah, it's pretty much what it's
South Philly
like.
pizza.
Yeah.
Okay. You're because you're from South Jersey. Do you got a lot of really good cheesesteak spots down there?
Yeah. No, I actually in my hometown. It's called Roman Pantry. They have like the best cheesesteaks around.
Now, everybody from South Jersey and the Philly region has their favorite cheesesteaks and chicken cheesesteaks and pizza spots, and yours is
like a place that I like in Philly,
or anywhere in South Jersey.
Well, I'd say the Roman Pantry is probably.
Pantry. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Would Bruce Willis agree?
He might. No, actually, he will because his pictures. His pictures all up in the store too.
Okay. Because so he's been there.
Well, yeah, he's been there. Before he used to show up there all the time when he would visit his parents because his parents lived there. I'm pretty sure since they passed away.
Right.
So he used to go there all the time.
And you and Bruce, who's one of my favorite actors, went to the same high school.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, his picture's up in like the main hall and he signed it.
Yeah.
And so he's like a huge thing there. But
yeah,
it's interesting that like someone so big came from such a small town.
Right.
And like now like me like kind of getting out into the same business.
So do they kind of look at you down in Carneys Point as being the next big thing?
I don't know about that, but at least at my high school, I mean, they definitely see me as a success story from there. Okay. Because not many people leave from around there, I feel like.
Yeah, I'm from Boston, and big city Boston, a lot of similarities, though.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times people just tend to stick with
around.
it. Yeah, stick around.
Yeah, I mean, even I went out and came back, so.
Yeah. Well, I left and left.
Yeah. Yeah,
Anyway.
Some people, they leave and they love it. They love never going back.
So you're a small town guy with big ambitions. How does that work? Like, you know, you're from Carneys Point, but you definitely knew at an early age that something bigger was down the pike for you.
Yeah, I mean, when I was little, I'd done the Wall Street, I guess it's called Wall Street Theater. Okay. And it's like a pretty reputable like theater company in Philly that I used to go to, and I used to act and stuff, and used to always be in like the school plays and stuff. And then eventually I was like, I didn't want to be the talent. I wanted to be the one making it, all the stuff. So I guess I just at some point decided, yeah, like I'm going to start making my own stuff.
Okay. I know this has nothing to do with anything, but I love your glasses.
Oh, thanks.
I'm a glasses type of guy.
Yeah, I like
you know,
yours too.
Yeah. I'm digging the glasses. Yeah, they make you look really smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. I'm a mess. And so you went to American University in D.C.
Yeah, so I started off there doing political science because I thought I wanted to be a lawyer. I thought I wanted to be a lawyer.
You thought you wanted to be.
Yeah, because in high school.
You got the glasses for it.
Yeah, in high school I'd done like mock trial and I'd taken like some like law classes and was like, oh, I think I might want to do this. And it's a steadier job than doing like film and stuff. Right. So I went to American University and very much felt like I was not in the right place.
So were you looking to get into criminal law or corporate law or?
I think I was probably gonna try to do criminal. Okay. And then eventually join and get into politics.
So you wanted to have clients that were like serial killers and?
I mean, well, I also had the hard decision of deciding if I wanted to be a prosecutor as well.
Okay. Yeah.
So I think if I was gonna be more of a politician, I probably would have went the prosecutor way.
Okay.
And then I took like a philosophy class and. From what I was getting from that class, I was like, I don't want to be a politician.
Yeah, American University just actually swayed you away from politics.
Well, and also even the people there. I mean, I come from a small town, and I mean, it's not eccentric in Carneys Point. It's nice, but it's not like. And then I would go to college in D.C. and you know everyone's parents are paying for their college. They're going out every night, and I'm like yeah, I can't afford that. I can't do that. So I just didn't like feel right. And then I went to Philly and I felt like very in my place.
It must have been a culture shock from you to go from like
No, yeah, it was
from
a
your
huge
town
shock.
to like Adams Morgan
Yeah.
in DC, for example. Like, you know, all of the different cultures and
Yeah, it was definitely, I got there and I would have like my norms, like the way I acted, the things I would say, and they'd be like, what are you talking about? Or like, they would say like, that's not appropriate. And I'm like, what do you mean it's not appropriate? Where I'm from, it is.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but in the District of Columbia, it was a whole different story.
Oh yeah, a whole different
Did you
story.
get a feeling of the political spectrum while you were living in DC?
Well, the school that I went to was very, you know, left-leaning, and I feel like DC, in particular, is at least the people are very left-leaning. I wasn't really surrounded by anybody like on the other side of it, but
got you. Okay.
I think from going to that school, I pushed way towards the middle because it was just like so far left, and the things I was hearing, I just wasn't agreeing with.
Right in the city. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
and I felt like an outcast pretty much because of it.
And so, at the University of the Arts in Philadelphia, which is obviously much closer to home for you.
Right. Yeah.
That's when you decided to get into filmmaking.
Yeah. I'd actually taken a class at American. It was like an elective, and it was just like some like introduction to like filming.
Okay.
And I just took it to see like, oh, am I going to really like it and stuff. And then I started editing for that class and like doing projects. And I was like, I want to do this like all the time. Like I want to learn. I don't want to waste my time in politics when I could be making stuff and learning how to make stuff.
So that's interesting. So you went to school for political science, I imagine. Yeah. You took an elective in filmmaking, and then you decided, oh, this is what I want to do. This is where I want to be.
Yeah, and in high school there was like an elective class too that was like for editing, and I took that and really just like enjoyed every day, like going there and making like, it was really old software, so we weren't making anything crazy, but I don't know, I liked it, and for some reason that wasn't enough to like make me go to college and do it, so like I wasted 2 years. I feel like I wasted 2 years in American.
You did though, because it was those 2 years that became a part of your journey.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, I think I did also get a lot of like the political knowledge that not all of it, but a lot of it that I kind of wanted. Right. I still bring it out like now, like I still like talking about politics.
Right.
And,
so it wasn't a waste.
Yeah. So I guess I learned a little bit.
Yeah, it was an intricate part of your journey. Obviously, I got to throw these two names at you and see what your opinion is on these two gentlemen. Steven Spielberg.
Steven Spielberg.
Yes.
Yeah.
One of my favorite directors.
Yeah.
If for no other reason, because of Jaws.
Jaws.
Yes. What are your thoughts on his body of work?
I mean, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does he inspire you or like?
What else?
He's
done Jaws. What's the most recent thing he's done?
Oh, Jaws was the first thing he did.
Well, yeah, but that's so long ago.
I know, but I'm saying he's got a huge body of work.
Yeah.
Does he have any? There's been E.T. There's been just a plethora of films. Is there anything that he's done that maybe inspires you to do a certain kind of filming or anything to that effect?
Not really Spielberg, but I'd say like Tarantino.
Okay.
I like the way he storytells.
Okay.
So I feel like I try to emulate that kind of storytelling. I don't know, I just like, the things that I make, I want you to leave and like think about it, like talk about it, instead of just like passively watching something.
Not just thinking, oh, I don't want to swim anymore because there's great whites in Cape Cod.
Well,
right?
I don't swim in the ocean because of sharks anyway.
Well, I've gone shark diving.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. It was great in Hawaii, absolutely.
Yeah, and then the cage opens and then what?
No, this cage couldn't open. And there was small sharks. Well, not small, but anyway, Stephen King.
Stephen King?
Yes.
I don't even...
You don't know who Stephen King is?
I probably like do, but names I'm horrible with.
Okay, Stephen King directed movies like, oh my God, help me out, somebody, like It and
okay.
The Shining.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm not a big horror guy.
Okay, that was going to be my next question.
Yeah, no, I'm not really huge in horror.
No horror for you. All right, so I got one more question before we go to break. You were a production assistant on A Party to Die For.
Yeah.
Now, that was a film.
That was a film. It's on Tubi.
Okay.
And that was the first thing I ever did.
Okay.
Like, in the industry. I was just a little old PA, and I just like worked my butt off. And the producer, he like got a liking to me and started hiring me on just a bunch of more stuff, and just kept hiring me higher than a PA.
Right.
I just kept moving up, and then eventually I did another movie.
Well, don't take my job from me. I got more questions. But did that particular experience really, really kind of cement your feet.
Oh yeah.
In wanting to direct.
Yeah. No. Once I did that, I was like, I actually did that job, and I just quit like Starbucks.
Yeah. There you go.
I was like, I'm never ever going back to something like that ever. Like I'll go broke before I go back to that.
Before you go back to Starbucks. What was A Party to Die For about? What was the synopsis of the film?
So it was just this girl like gets into this crowd and someone dies and they're kind of, you know, the reason for it, and they just try to hide it and stuff. And it's a pretty good film.
Okay.
It's I think it was made like with Lifetime and stuff too. So Lifetime I feel like has very generic same things going on. But this one was pretty good. I mean, the director, she was really great.
Really good.
And she was very into it. And I don't know, I like that my first film was a female director too, because I feel like a lot of films are it's all men.
Right.
And the male gaze is just kind of like not really reality anymore.
Right. Okay.
So
and you really felt like, you know, this is something I want to do.
Oh yeah,
just from that experience.
I also feel like I learned way more than I ever learned in my life at college than I did on that set. That set, I mean, I tell people now, I feel like when going to college for film, you really just learn your craft, get some history under your belt, and like get like an idea of like what kind of artist you want to be. But then when you get on a set, it's a whole new experience.
It's a whole different experience.
And it taught me so much, so much.
Okay. And we're going to talk more about what you learned and what you've experienced right after this here on Sessions Cafe. Welcome back to Sessions Cafe. Anthony Finkle is here giving me the entire 411 on his experiences on being a film director, and I'm just learning so much from you, man.
Yeah.
I am. I really am. The Amazing Race, what was that all about? Let's talk about that.
So The Amazing Race, it was the season finale, and I guess that season was around the world.
Okay, it was a television series.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, I mean, you've never seen The Amazing Race?
I'm clueless, bro. I watch
it's
Family Guy and yeah, leave me
I
alone.
watch Family Guy too.
Yeah.
It's like a huge like race show. It's like teams of two.
Okay.
And they like whatever theme that is, I guess that year they do races and yeah, you win a bunch of money at the end. So this one was around the world, and the last season finale was in Philly. Okay. And the producer that I know, he had gotten hired on it and brought me along, and I basically just managed like 80 PAs.
Wow.
Because
damn, that's a lot, man.
Basically, like every spot that the racers are going to, there's like 5 PAs and there's a bunch of stuff. So you need like 80 of them. And then there's like 20 or like 30, 40 cars that are rented out.
Wow.
And so you kind of had to basically just like organizing and running all that.
So that must have been exciting just to watch.
Oh, yeah.
Never mind to be working on the set, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds.
Yeah, I mean, basically, it's like if something
octane stuff.
Yeah, if something needed to get done, we walked out into the main hall and we're just like, all right, who wants to be like, raise their hand, who wants to go? And
oh, wow.
A lot of times, nobody would raise their hand, though.
Yeah.
And I'd have to be like, okay, it's you.
Killing Mary Sue. But you said you didn't like horror movies.
It's not a horror movie.
Killing Mary Sue isn't a horror movie.
It's a thriller.
Okay. Okay. Rod Serling.
That one's going to be a good
He's like,
one.
who's that? No, I'm just kidding.
No, that one's going to be a good one. I can't talk too much about it.
Well, what can you tell me about it?
It's going to be really good.
Okay.
And
what is your role in it, though?
I was the assistant director for it.
Okay.
And
can you give us a synopsis? What it's about? You can.
I guess, yeah, it's about like this girl. Her dad is this like big politician, and he wants to get like rid of her, and so he hires like these Russians to get rid of her, or they kidnap her and they make her like a spy, and she ends up turning on all of them.
Oh, okay. That sounds like it's really going to be good. And when do you foresee a release date for Killing Mary Sue?
It's definitely got to be like next year.
Okay.
Because they
2025.
Yeah, because they just recently like got it sold to Lionsgate and stuff.
That's dope. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's nice to hear that something that we were on got sold.
That's what I'm saying. Rob Schwartz, very good friend of mine, and a common friend, Mr. Michael Connor, who's the best.
Oh no, he is.
He makes us look really good, doesn't he?
Oh no, he does. Yeah. And he's like quick too.
He's very quick. ACX1 Studios, you're working there too in Atlantic City.
Yeah.
What are you going to be doing down there?
Hopefully a whole lot. But Mostly, like I definitely want to coordinate. I want to try to get on as many things as I can there, but they've got like TV shows going on, movies, documentaries. I mean, they're ready for everything and anything. Yeah. And like we're trying to get like a cook-off show going because the mall has like empty restaurants. Right. And there's a lot of the kitchens are connected. Okay. So like putting a TV show is perfect there. Make a lot of sense. Because you can see both kitchens at the same time. Right. They can see each other and. So it's good to make a good competition show. And Hell's Kitchen's right there at Caesar's Palace, so maybe Gordon will come over and
that'd be really cool.
Because he's got Hell's Kitchen, so.
Right. Yeah. Well, Mike Connor and I have been talking, and I don't know if I should say this on the show yet or not, but we're actually talking, and we're in talks about doing a episode of Sessions Cafe at the studio live. Yeah. And then we can, interview different people like Rob and other people that are involved with ACX1. And I think that'd be really cool, man.
Rob, he's got a lot. I feel like he's doing way more than I feel like he could even handle, but he somehow does.
He's definitely a multitasker.
Yeah, big time.
Films today versus yesterday. Now, you're a man of a certain age. I don't know what that certain age might be, but whatever your yesterday is, how would you compare films from your personal perspective, not necessarily stuff that you worked on, yesterday versus today? Now, again, whatever your yesterday is, I don't know if it's 90s,
going
80s.
to film school, I did take film history. Okay. So I feel like I can go pretty far back. Okay. I mean, I can go back to the black and white. Okay. And, I can't. I'm not that old. But today versus yesterday, what are your thoughts on the quality of the films and the texture of the industry? I mean, I feel like it really depends on where the movie's coming out of. So, like, in Hollywood, I feel like nowadays, well, I guess, like, Jersey is where the birth of film is, and a lot of people don't know that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, film started right over here in Jersey. Wow, and all the stuff was happening here, and if I'm not wrong, it's Thomas Edison who did all that, and
that makes sense.
And then he had a specific structure, though, and a lot of filmmakers didn't like his structure, so they moved to Hollywood.
Got you.
Now I feel like Hollywood is doing exactly what Thomas Edison was doing back in Jersey, where they have this template that everyone's following. Right. And then it's kind of just generic movies that are all the same.
Everything's kind of being photocopied.
Right. Yeah. And or there's some agenda they're trying to push, and it seems very inauthentic. Okay. Whereas I feel like East Coast I prefer to work on the East Coast because I feel like people are making films with like genuine purpose, and they don't want to just pump something out for the heck of it. They want to really make something that people can watch and take something away from.
I think I'm going to get in trouble for this next statement, but do you feel like maybe people on the East Coast are just a little bit more genuine than people on the East Coast? West Coast? Sorry, LA. It's his opinion. I'm just asking.
I know, and I agree with it. The producer that I work with on the movie, The Killing Mary Sue, he at the end of the production was like, I don't want to go back to LA. Okay. He called his business partner and was like, we needed to start doing work over here. Okay. And the biggest reason was because the set he was on, the people he was working with were all genuine. It was like we were a family. Right. And I like when I get on a set, and I feel like independent film is more geared towards everyone on set is like a family. We're all just trying to have a good time, make a movie, and not have any like hiccups or hassle or arguments. And I also feel like on the East Coast, and at least the people I work with, it all stays on set. Like once the day is over, anything that happened, we're not going to sit here and be mad about afterwards.
Right, I see what you're saying.
Because things just happen, you know, and we're just trying to get things done.
It's just our opinion. We are definitely biased to my LA listeners, viewers. Who are some of your favorite actors, though? That's
favorite actors.
Yeah.
I feel like I would have known that, not on the spot, but
that's what I do. I mean, like aside from Bruce Willis, who probably is one of your favorites. Yeah. Yeah. Who are some of your favorite actors?
I mean, I'm a huge Star Wars guy, so I love Mark Hamill. Okay. And
you go to the comms and the Comic-Cons or something?
No, I don't go to any of that. Okay. I have gone to one in Philly, but no, I'm not too into it like that. Okay. Trying to think. I feel like I was just talking.
Did I put you on the spot?
I know. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to think though. There's like Cillian Murphy. He's a great one. Okay. But I like Johnny Depp because he's very versatile. I mean, he's got so many different things, and I feel like modern times Timothée Chalamet. I mean, he's pretty great.
Let me just say this: if you had the dream budget, and you could make the dream film, who would be your leading lady, and who would be your leading guy?
Leading lady and leading guy.
Yes. I'm sure Mike Connor will be happy that I asked that question because it seems like it's making you think and putting you on the spot.
I know it is. Yeah.
Yeah, who would be your leading lady? Regardless to whatever the film might be about, who would she be?
And I know I have like favorites that I always like think about and talk about. Oh, who was I just? I don't. She's like fairly new into it was Killing Anna. Just came out on Netflix.
Okay.
The main actress in that, she's really good.
Okay.
I really like her.
And who would your leading guy be in the film?
Leading guy.
Yeah.
There's like so many good people.
But you got to pick one because we're on television.
I know. And I feel like if I say someone, I don't even know.
You got to pick somebody.
I guess Mark Hamill. I mean, that's who he's an older guy, so.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Throw him in there doing something. I liked him in Burt Kreischer's like last movie.
Who would you like to do a biography film on? A film about somebody's life, if you could. Anybody. It doesn't have to be a musician or whoever. Who's somebody that you think would have an interesting story to tell, and you'd like to do their like, kind of, I don't want to say lifetime story, but I wouldn't say that. Yeah. But their story.
See, you keep putting me on the spot
That's my job.
Yeah, like I wasn't thinking about these questions.
Yeah, What did you think I was going to ask you? Your favorite cheesesteak all day? I
feel like Bruce Willis. I mean, because he's from my hometown, and especially now with him being really sick and his like rise and fall kind of.
Right.
I feel like that would probably be an interesting story. And also I feel like, because I know about my hometown, I did like a mini documentary on my hometown for like a project. And so I feel like I know a lot about where we're from. So just like use that and see where he went from there to how he got like all this huge stuff.
Wow, okay.
And then how he like still kind of comes back and gave back too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'd be a story of a small town guy, something you can relate to, obviously, who made it really big and who was still grounded, though.
Right, yeah.
Okay. I just want to ask you this question, even though I think we went over it already. But in terms of genres of films, horror, comedy, drama, what are your favorite genres of big screen films?
I definitely like drama, because I mean, like I was saying, I like to like walk out of the theater. Even myself, I like to walk out of the theater and think.
Right.
But I feel like even when I write a lot of drama, because comedy, it's like, I don't think I'm funny. I mean, I'm sure people think I am, and I probably could write a comedy, but I feel most passionate about like dramatic stories and something that like people, like are gonna think about afterwards. I'm not very into like the passive watching.
But no horror. You don't like scary, spooky things.
I could write. I feel like I could write and make it.
Okay.
But then I probably wouldn't even watch it because I don't know. I don't want to.
Okay.
I don't want to be sitting there at night trying to go to bed and I'm thinking about this horror movie.
I have never ever seen a movie. I was about to say I've never seen a movie that made me jittery, but there was a movie that came out. I don't know if it was a TV. I know it was a TV movie. I don't know if it made it to the widescreen. I could be wrong. It was called Salem's Lot. Are you familiar with Salem's Lot?
Sounds familiar.
There was a part in that film.
That really freaked you out.
Yeah, man. Like Salem's Lot is about, ghosts and stuff coming back and whatever.
I used to watch Ghost Hunters, but how real that could be. But I used to be freaked out by just that.
Like, well, there's this one scene where the young guy's sleeping, and one of his best friends had died. Okay. And the best friend comes back into his room in the middle of the night as a vampire, and the fact that I can't remember anything else about that movie, but it scared the hell out of me.
That one moment,
yeah. And The Exorcist, I actually loved. That didn't really scare me, but I mean, I horror movies. Yeah, I used to love me a good horror movie. But you're not big. What's your favorite movie of all time? That's the question that we need to. Yeah, because then
favorite
we get
movie of all time.
You got to pick one movie. As a filmmaker, what is your favorite movie of all time?
I'm not going to say like Pulp Fiction because that's so generic.
Whatever your favorite.
That's a top one. Okay. I'd say probably, I think it was called Super 8. I was like a kid when I watched it, but it was like about these kids, and there was like, it's kind of like Stranger Things, and I feel like Stranger Things probably took a lot from that. But like these kids discover that there's these scientists doing some experiments with these aliens, and it was just really well written, and I was just intrigued the entire time. I'm pretty sure it's called Super 8.
Okay. And what's next for you, Anthony? What's in the near future? What's next for you?
I would hope ACX1 Studios, which is really kicking off, so I'm hoping that I'm there, and then I would really like to start pumping out a lot of my own stuff that I've been making, because I do my own stuff on the side, little shorts, little vignettes, and eventually, because all the vignettes, I have a lot of them written out, and they all connect, but not like very output. Like you have to really pay attention, and then once you get it all, you're like, oh, that person's in the background, this person's attached, and so it's kind of like Tarantino, Pulp Fiction type of storytelling, and so I'm hoping, that's kind of the next thing I want to start doing.
How can people get in touch with you?
Through social media. I have my film account, which is anthony.finkle.film.
Okay.
And then my Vimeo, which is just vimeo.com/Anthony Finkle.
Okay.
But I feel like I don't have a lot of stuff content-wise because after college, I went right into production work.
Right.
So
Gotcha.
I haven't had really a lot of time to get my own content out there. But I do have a lot of my own content, like cooking.
Right,
so eventually there'll be a lot of stuff on there.
That's what's most important, that you're chefing up in the pot.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on the show, Anthony. It's been a pleasure having you on the show.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next time right here on Sessions Cafe.